Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. If you're serious about becoming financially smart and truly independent later in life, you are in the exact right place today. We're going to break down 7 absolute game-changing financial mistakes that teenagers must avoid. I know some of these might seem like really minor slip-ups right now, like what's the big deal about blowing a few extra bucks, right? But the truth is, these early choices have the power to completely rewrite the entire trajectory of your life. So get comfortable, lock in your focus, and let's dive right in. Okay, I want you to picture this. You wake up on your 25th birthday. You're officially in your mid-20s, but reality hits you like a ton of bricks. You've got literally zero money in the bank, absolutely no financial freedom, and your confidence is totally bottomed out. Why? Well, it's not because of some massive disaster, but simply because of a bunch of seemingly harmless financial choices you made back when you were a teenager. It's a pretty terrifying thought, isn't it? But man, it is a relatable reality for so many people out there. The choices you're making right this second, those are the literal building blocks of your future. And honestly, it makes total sense why that terrifying scenario happens so often. Our schools are absolutely amazing at teaching us math and science to pass tests. But when it comes to the real world, real life requires you to know how to manage money, how to earn it, how to save it, and how to actually multiply it. And for some reason, that whole survival kit is just left out of the curriculum. That's exactly why you see millions of incredibly smart, highly educated people struggling paycheck to paycheck their whole lives. They just weren't taught the rules of the game. But the good news, by figuring out these 7 mistakes today, you are instantly putting yourself ahead of 90% of the crowd. All right, let's jump into our first major category. Phase 1 is all about bad cash flow. Dodging these early traps is your first big step toward freedom. There's a brilliant quote to keep in mind here. The problem isn't the amount, it's the habit. And that brings us straight to mistake number 1, instantly spending every single dime you get. You know how it goes. You get $50 for your birthday, gone. Your pocket money comes in, vanished. You drop it on some outrageously overpriced iced coffee, or you just instantly blow it on in-app purchases for a mobile game. It's a huge trap. Listen, the problem isn't that you only have a little bit of money right now. The real danger is the habit you are hardwiring into your brain. The teenager who learns to save just a tiny fraction of their pocket money today is building the exact same muscle they'll need to invest millions later on. Wealthy people save first and then spend what's left. It's that simple. You've got to start that habit today, even if it's just $5. And that flows perfectly into mistake number 2. Just look at the difference here. A poor mindset buys attention, but a rich mindset buys knowledge. So many of us fall into the trap of spending money just to look rich, rather than doing what it takes to actually become rich. We've all seen it, right? Buying that super trendy fast fashion jacket that literally falls apart in a month, or buying the absolute newest smartphone just to flex on everyone else. But here's the harsh truth. In a week, nobody is going to care about your new phone. They really won't. But if you take that same cash and invest it in acquiring a new skill, that permanently upgrades your future. Smart people invest in themselves, not in buying temporary attention from strangers. Which brings us to phase 2, misplaced focus. Let's talk about where teenagers are dangerously wasting their 2 most valuable assets, their time and their ability to learn. This leads us right to mistake number 3, completely ignoring financial education. Remember how we said schools skip this stuff? Well, that means it's entirely on you to fill that gap. We're talking about critical skills here: saving, investing, budgeting, understanding how basic businesses work, communication, and marketing. If you can dedicate just a little bit of time to learning these things while you're still a teen, you gain this massive, almost unfair advantage in life. Seriously. Just spending 1 single hour today learning about compound interest or marketing can literally save you years of grinding and struggling later on. But let's be real. Why aren't people learning these skills? Well, it's because of mistake number 4, the endless scrolling trap. This is, without a doubt, the biggest time thief of our generation. You know the drill. You watch one quick video, then a second one, maybe a third, and suddenly, poof, 3 hours are gone, entirely swallowed by the algorithm. Now, don't get me wrong, entertainment is totally fine. We all need to chill out sometimes. But getting addicted to endless scrolling, that is dangerous. Because while you're stuck in that hypnotic loop, someone else out there is using their free time to figure out AI, practice video editing, learn to code, or build a real business. How you spend your free time right now is the ultimate predictor of where you'll be in 5 years. Okay, let's step it up and move to our final and definitely most critical section. Phase 3, career and mindset paralysis. The stakes get much higher here. Let's look at mistake number 5. From day one, we are all handed this very traditional script. Study hard, get a safe job, collect a single salary, and just repeat that loop until you retire. But anyone who's financially savvy will tell you that relying on just one source of income is incredibly risky. If that one paycheck stops for whatever reason, you are instantly in a total crisis. This traditional rat race just keeps you dependent. You have to figure out a way to break free from relying on just one boss and one salary to keep yourself secure. So what's the solution to the single income trap? You have to diversify, and you do that by learning modern, high-income digital skills. We are talking about freelancing, video editing, mastering AI tools, or jumping into digital marketing. Now, to be clear, you don't need to be some overnight millionaire. That's mostly fake internet hype anyway. But acquiring these skills, that is completely non-negotiable today. In our digital economy, these skills are basically the new global currency. They give you the absolute freedom to generate multiple streams of income on your own schedule. But here's the catch. Having those skills means nothing if you're frozen by mistake number 6. Check this out. The biggest mistake isn't failing, it's never trying. So many young people have these incredible, massive dreams, but they never take that very first step. Why? Because they are absolutely paralyzed by fear. The fear of failing, the fear of their friends judging them, the fear of getting literally 0 views on a video, or just the fear of messing up. We've all felt that cringe, right? But you've got to remember, every single expert you admire right now was once a total beginner who had no idea what they were doing. Your first video is going to be rough. Your first business idea might flop. But honestly, that is exactly what leveling up looks like. And that brings us to mistake number 7. This is without question the most dangerous financial mistake of all, failing to invest in yourself. Your ultimate asset isn't a stock or crypto or real estate, it is your own mind. Way too many people out there blow their cash on temporary gaming trends, fleeting happiness, or the newest fads, and they completely neglect the one and only asset that actually creates wealth, their brain. So how do you practically invest in your mind? It comes down to building the right daily habits. Start reading actual books. Actively work on your language and communication. Learn how to articulate your ideas clearly. Put yourself in weird, uncomfortable situations that force you to build real confidence. Go learn those high-income skills we just talked about. Why does this matter? Because the golden rule of wealth is this. When you focus all your energy on becoming a highly capable, valuable person, the money just naturally follows you. Investing in yourself has the absolute highest ROI you will ever see in your lifetime. As we bring this explainer to a close, I really want you to let this sink in. The decisions you are making today, they literally equal your life for the next 10 years. Your teenage years are this massive, critical crossroads. The habits you form right now will either lay down an unshakable foundation for your success, or they'll slowly sabotage you behind the scenes. Most people don't wake up to the importance of money management until they're way older, when it's much harder to fix. But you have the ultimate cheat code right now, and that is time. You have the time to pivot, course correct, and start building the right routines. Which leaves us with this final thought. Make an imperfect start today. Seriously, do not wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you have the perfect camera gear or the perfect flawless business plan. Just start small. Start messy. But whatever you do, start today. Begin putting those savings habits into motion, open up a tutorial, and start investing in your mind. I really hope this explainer has given you a solid blueprint for your own journey toward financial independence. But before we wrap up, I want to ask you one question. Out of everything we just talked about, what do you think is the absolute biggest financial mistake teenagers make today? Keep learning, stay hungry, and I will see you all in the next explainer.